Welcome to Mel's Diner, a place where stories and songs build community and connections. My name is Matthew Merson, and each guest at Mel's Diner heads over to the Jukebox, selects really important, sentimental, and valuable songs to them, and then shares those stories of how each song gained that personal and powerful meaning in their life. So let's order some food, a cup of coffee, and grab a seat at the counter and listen to some of those amazing stories and songs. I'm so glad you're here. Welcome into Mel's Diner, my friend. I'm so glad you're here. My name is Matthew Merson, and we have an amazing episode. My longtime and dear friend, Miss Blair Hunnicutt from Georgia, Macon, Georgia, stopped in this week and picked out some amazing songs from the jukebox, tell some amazing stories of how music just grabbed her attention as a young kid through her grandfather and through TV commercials, and how she just grew up loving music, how it affected her life as a teenager and how it still affects her today, and how it reminds her of the beautiful world that we get to live in. All great things that I can't wait for you to hear about here in just a minute. But before we do, let me just welcome you into Mel's Diner. We are a place that believes that stories and songs build connections and community. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to hear some great stories of some really important songs from Blair here. And hopefully when you listen to those songs after this episode, those songs will take on some meaning for you and understand maybe where she's coming from. We can build those connections, build that community. All of the songs that she has chosen from the jukebox, plus a little more, are in the show notes right down below. You'll be able to see Blair's jukebox picks as well as Mel's picks. So let's get in Mel's picks for this week, episode 5. I got 5 tracks for you, some songs that I'm kind of digging this week. The first one is Hot Like Jungle by a band called Pottery. Now, this is a pretty new song. It came out in 2020. I don't know, it's just a really cool sound, kind of a late 80s slow pop anthem kind of sound. Really great. Hot Like Jungle. I hope you like this one. Second one is Mange by Deer Tick. Deer Tick is just super cool, alt country rock band from New England, from the Rhode Island area. They this track came out in 2010. It's a slow build. I don't know, it just sounds really cool. And if you've never heard Deer Tick, you'll never forget it because the lead singer's voice is just so unique. I think you're gonna like this one, Mange by Deer Tick. Track number 3, Things Are Gonna Be All Right by Acetone. Now this song came out in 2020. This is, I don't know, such a cool song. It's like in the dog days of summer here in South Carolina. It is hot. It is humid. Just want to move a little bit slower outside, or just kind of hang out in the air condition this time of year. And this song kind of fits that feeling for me, kind of this driving around, slow driving, or just sitting on the porch, just kind of taking things a little bit slower, with some sweet tea or something like that. This is Things Are Gonna Be All Right by Acetone. Track number 4 is 2016 cover, Foo Fighters' Everlong. This is by a musician named Matt Duncan. I heard this song actually just this past week, and it was very, very cool. It was kind of a cool, soulful take on just a kind of a alternative rock, standard, I guess. This is just a really cool rendition of this song. I think you're going to like it. And then finally, we have Greg Allman from 1973 from his Laid Back album. This is Will the Circle Be Unbroken. There you have it, 5 songs, Mel's picks. So you'll find that short playlist if you want to listen to those songs. Those are the ones I recommend. You'll see those in the show notes there, both a Spotify link and an Apple Music link. All right, we're going to go hear what Miss Blair has to say, but before we do, I just want to thank you for listening. And if you or somebody that you know would love to be on this show, or this podcast where we talk about songs, important songs, and why they're important to us, feel free to reach out to me, Mel's Diner Jukebox at gmail.com. Shoot me an email. I'd love to hear from you. And we can talk about how to get you on the show. If you don't want to be on the show, if you just want to say hi, feel free to email me there as well. melsdinerjukebox@gmail.com. All right, without further ado, let's hear these amazing stories and songs from Blair Hunnicutt. Hello.
Hi.
Welcome into Mel's Diner.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
I am excited that you were here.
Yep.
Why don't you introduce yourself? Tell us who you are and where you just stroll in from.
My name's Blair. I've been friends with Matt and Michelle for years. I strolled in today from Johns Island, South Carolina, but born and raised in Macon, Georgia.
A Georgia girl living in South Carolina. Mm-hmm. And we have known each other for years.
Mm-hmm. I was at your wedding.
You were at my wedding 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And you've known my wife, Michelle, before she was my wife. You guys worked together in Maryland, right? At a camp.
Yep.
And so you grew up in Georgia. What brought you to South Carolina?
Nursing school.
Okay.
Nursing school and the fact that it was close to the beach.
Hey.
And both of those have kept me here, both nursing job and the fact that it's close to the beach. I love the water, love the town, love the vibe. This is home just as much as Georgia's home at this point. So.
Okay. So Georgia's known for its peaches.
Yes.
But I read somewhere South Carolina
it's not the same.
Grows more
it's
peaches.
Not the same,
but it's not the same.
It's not the same. They grow a lot here, and they are good. They are good. They will never beat the peaches from where I'm from. So they're very special peaches. I'm very passionate about them. They're the specific area that they're the best is called Fort Valley, Georgia. It's south of Macon. And I get some every year, usually freeze a bunch. My family was actually going to be coming to town this weekend. My dad was going to go buy me some peaches to send with them so that I could have some because I'm that passionate about those peaches.
Do most, I was going to say Georgia girls, but do most people from Georgia, are they as passionate about
peaches
as you are?
Probably not. I mean, maybe. I don't know. Maybe.
Well, we're in a diner, so we like food here.
Yeah.
I just think when I think Georgia, I think most people who've
good.
never been.
Have I not brought you any peaches before?
I have had some of those peaches.
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah,
they're very good.
Amazing. Yeah. So you grew up in Macon.
Grew up in Macon. Yeah.
Okay. What is Macon? I've never been there. What is that town like?
It's right in the middle of Georgia. It's about an hour and a half or so, a little less south of Atlanta. Very, I mean, it's not a small city by any means. I don't know. It's hard to even describe because it's, it's just kind of where you grew up. It's rural and cute downtown at the same time. It's grown so much since I even moved away, though.
Was music
huge,
like a big part?
Huge.
Like when you were growing up?
When I was a little girl, I think I've told you the story before. When I was a little girl, we went to the cemetery where my grandparents are now buried and my uncle as well. But I remember my dad pulling over on the side of the road in the cemetery and taking time to show me where Greg Allman or Dwayne, Greg, the first one that died, Allman Brothers. He's like, I think,
Dwayne.
Dwayne.
Allman.
Dwayne Allman, that's right. And Greg just died recently, a few years ago. He's like, this is where he's buried, honey. Like it was a reverent moment. And he grew up going to Allman Brothers shows when he was 15.
Wow.
Sneaking into clubs and stuff. So that's a big music history. From a lot of famous musicians are from that area. So it is it's pretty known for that, I think.
So you were going to so your grandparents were still living at this time.
Yes. But we were at the cemetery visiting my dad's brother's graveside, I think at the time, because he passed when I was little. And I just remember my dad, showing me where Dwayne Allman was buried because it was such probably a pivotal point in his young adult life when he died because that was his favorite band.
Sure.
So, and I grew up listening to them, in the background and records and that kind of thing.
Yeah. So was it Southern rock in your house growing up? Like Allman Brothers, Leonard Skinner?
Definitely a lot of Southern rock, a lot of 90s country, and a few other things here and there. Tom Petty, I'm trying to think. I mean, once we got into the to the later 80s. I mean, my brother and I were obsessed with Michael Jackson, like every other kid was probably. But yeah, like for my parents, like what we listened to a lot was country and Southern rock.
Like, do you consider like your passion for music is like, did it come from your dad? Like, did it come from your parents, or did you just?
I just remember music always being in some way, shape, or form. Like we listened to it in the car a lot. You know, it was always just around. I mean, we had, had it on in the house a lot, and sang your favorite songs all the time. My mom's favorite songs. Still to this day, I have a playlist with a lot of the like 90s country on it, and those songs will take me back to riding in her, 87 Trans Am with her
My
kind of
goodness.
thing. Yeah. So
you and your mom in Macon, Georgia.
Yes.
Driving around an 87 Trans Am.
Yeah. Red Trans Am. It was a very cool car. She still has that car. She still has
Really?
that car. It's a classic. Yeah.
And you're listening to 90s country, so like you're
90s
listening to
country.
Garth Brooks and or is this more
George Strait, Alan Jackson, and then all the like the female like Trisha Yearwood and Patty Loveless and Martina McBride. And I mean,
Reba.
Reba,
Dolly.
Some Dolly for sure. Yeah. But then even I think back now, I'm just thinking about that. My granddad loved Patsy Cline. Like, and I remember riding with him, and he had a Patsy Cline cassette tape, and that's all you listened to. You didn't listen to anything else. Just Patsy Cline. Yeah.
This is your grandfather.
This is my granddad.
And you were when you were a kid.
When I was a kid.
Oh my goodness.
So during the summer, my brother and I sometimes would go like spend the day with him while he was working. He was worked for a tire company. Drive like all over the area. Like just do day trips with him, stop at convenience stores or whatever out in the middle of nowhere. But I remember very vividly that all we listened to was Patsy Cline, that one cassette tape.
That's beautiful. I mean, it's timeless music.
Is. Anytime I hear a Patsy Cline song, I immediately think of him.
That is incredible. I'm guessing this is like the 80s.
Probably late 80s.
Late 80s. Yeah, in the deep South.
Oh yeah.
I mean, and it's hot, deep South, driving around, doing stuff with tires.
Yes.
And what'd you call it? What was it? Granddaddy. Yeah. Listening to Patsy Cline.
That's right.
Probably no air conditioning in this vehicle.
Maybe. Well, even
windows
if you
down.
did, we had to have the windows down because he was a smoker.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah. He
just ripping cigs.
Oh yeah.
Listen to Patsy Cline.
Yeah, my brother and I used to not fight, but neither one of us wanted to roll our window down first. So we would kind of like elbow each other, you roll because you don't want to hurt their feelings. You know what I mean? They would roll. They didn't think about it. They smoked, most of their lives. And so we're like suffocating from cigarette smoke, and neither one of us wanted to roll our window down so we could breathe.
Oh my goodness!
Secondhand smoke exposure.
Wow.
But I don't think about that much. Just I think about the good times and just we had so much fun and sweet memories.
That is, I mean, even that's kind of a sweet memory. It's kind of fun. You know what I mean? And we're not condoning.
No.
Smoking cigarettes with young children and the windows rolled up, hot boxing with some kids.
It was also the 80s.
It was also the 80s.
It was a different time.
Oh, sure.
Different time. I'm probably a lot more resilient because of those times. Fortitude.
Blair, you are, absolutely. Hey, because you're a nurse now.
I am. Yeah.
Are you? You're not a nurse now. You've been a nurse. You're a nurse.
Been a nurse.
You're a working nurse.
23 years.
Well, thank you.
23 years. Yeah, thank you. Did 20 years in the emergency room and just recently, the past year or so, switched over to a different role that I'm really enjoying. A lot of behind the scenes work as a nurse navigator, but yeah.
But just caring for people.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I'm a nurturer, I think, so this is what I, just kind of fits naturally for me.
Sure.
Yeah.
So you grew up 90s country, Southern rock. And then did you, we've had some guests on here, not even my own stories, like some of the music, my own musical taste, I kind of had to figure out on my own, or I was like, it was like hiding music, or really not allowed. Like, were you like free? Like, when did your musical taste come out? Or maybe you still have the same musical taste as like.
No, mine's kind of all over. It's always been a little bit all over the place, honestly. You remember was it like Time Life or something where you got like a subscription for CDs? You could get like a subscription to however many CDs came in or something like that. You ordered CDs. I can't remember, but I can remember, my brother got Nirvana. And that was a big like moment. And then like even Saturday mornings listening to Casey Kasem's Top 40.
Oh, sure.
Like waiting I had my little boombox in my bedroom, and I would wait right there ready to record like my new favorite song or whatever the cool song was. Because I knew that was
number 3 or something.
Yes,
yeah.
and it was coming on, and then I would have it on that cassette tape to listen to, you know, as a recording or whatever. But yeah, I mean, there were definitely phases that I went through when I was younger where I'm sure my parents were like, what is she listening to? Whether that was Cranberries or very depressing Jewel songs or Aerosmith was a early love, Guns N' Roses, Bon Jovi. But then of course country music too was always in there. I mean, those were my first concerts were country music, but and then we also went through like a early 90s rap phase that was very not that was not parent approved. But my brother and I both loved that music at 12 years old that we should not have been listening to. So yeah, all over the place.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And one of my top 5 songs is actually from one of those subscriptions for the CDs that I bought on my own. I ordered it from the TV. Solid Gold Soul album. Just decided I needed that. I saw an infomercial for it and I ordered it. I got in trouble about that later. Because I think my parents both worked like shift work. So, you know, 12-hour shifts and stuff like that. So I think they left us like a card to order pizza with or something like that. Well, I ordered a Solid Gold Soul CD.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to get into that story yet before we hear the exact song. But I think if you're listening and you are under the age of, I don't know, 30, there's 2 things that Blair just said that you may have no idea what she's talking about. One is, recording songs from like live radio with a boombox with a tape player. You had your tape in there.
I mean, I was like 10, 11.
Well, I mean, that's what we all did. You know, we would hear these songs on the radio and we were young. We couldn't go to the record store or we did, you know, some of us probably were able to, but we did. But we like hear it on the radio and maybe you hit record 3 seconds in the song, so you didn't get the first couple notes, but you had to record and play, I think, at the same time. And it would record right onto this cassette tape.
Yeah. And if you got really good, you could get it without Casey Kasem's voice in there. You know, if you got really good,
you could time it, sure. So before streaming, but you know, tapes and CDs and records were out. But if you wanted that one song, you could record it. And then the second thing you said was this infomercial.
Right.
I remember these were commercials that would like
sell
play
things.
Well, sell things, but for the music ones, they would like the track list would be scrolling on the screen and it was like, get this box set, you get these 130 songs, you know, and there would be like these weird music videos playing in the background and solid. Okay, we're gonna get into Solid Gold Soul in a minute, but it sounds like, Blair, that you just grew up with music with your dad and your mom and that has influenced you and your brother, like their whole, and I know you as a music lover now. We share a great passion for music, both you and I, and like what a gift I think your parents and your granddaddy gave you.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, he gave you the love of music, and
it's something that you kind of take for granted, I think, until you realize just how instrumental it's been in your life. And by doing things like this, where you think about that takes me right back to this point in my life or right back to that moment, or I can remember exactly what I was doing when I heard that song for the first time, or, you know, it's just such a, you know, pivotal kind of memory process for me, I think.
Yeah. And I think for a lot of us, and that's what Mel's is all about, is like, tell us those stories. And I think for most of us, is those songs are like markers, you know, and they're time machines. They mark that time, that moment, and can take us right back there.
Right.
And I can't wait to do that with you in just a minute. But before we get into, so we have this magic jukebox here and it's got every song in the world, almost every song in the world. So you're about to walk over to the jukebox and pick however many songs, 5 up to 10, whatever you want. And it's, if you don't get 10, I'll round it out for us because we like to have 10 songs here at Mel's, and your jukebox selections are going to be curated into a playlist, which you can find in the show notes of this show. But before you do that, while you're picking your songs, we are at a diner and it is 7:45 p.m. on a Friday. So 7:45 p.m. What are you ordering at the diner? What is your diner order at this exact time?
It probably would be a burger. I think it would be a burger. Yeah.
A burger.
Mm-hmm.
Cheese? No cheese.
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 Yeah.
Okay.
Bacon.
Oh, bacon cheeseburger.
Yeah. And then probably a milkshake.
A milkshake.
To go with it, yeah.
Vanilla, chocolate, strawberry?
Probably vanilla.
Okay. Fries, onion rings, tater tots.
Tater tots. Yeah.
Had a girl.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, cheeseburger. Oh, bacon cheeseburger, tater tots, vanilla milkshake.
Yep.
I will get that mix up for you
okay,
right now while you go to the jukebox and pick your songs.
Okay, sounds good.
And you're back.
All right. So song number 1, I kind of alluded to a little bit already.
Yes.
Solid Gold Soul.
Okay, we're getting right into it.
Yeah, it's where I discovered this song. I was probably about 12. And I honestly don't remember all the different artists that were on it. But the one song that has stuck with me all of these years is Otis Redding's That's How Strong My Love Is. And it just is such a beautifully simple depiction of the things that you would want, someone to do for you, or like you, just a beautiful picture of what love is to, in that song, I think. I'll be the ocean to catch all your tears. But it's a beautiful just picture of love to me. And that I think I grasped that even at a young age, that it was such a sweet, sweet picture. And it's always stuck with me.
Okay. That was my question. Like, yeah, that's what the song's about now. But a 12-year-old girl, so. Blair, you were like, this is what love.
Like it's all, it was just every very, simple gesture that he describes in that song is something that you would imagine that you did for somebody that you cared about. So.
Wow. Now, but paint the picture. So this is, you said you bought their CD.
Yes, bought the CD.
From this infomercial.
Yep. And
because of this song, or this song was just
this
on
was just
it?
on it. It was just on
Oh.
it. Yeah, it was just on it.
So you got the CD in the mail.
Yep.
Open it up. Was it one CD, like 2 or 3?
I think it was 2.
Okay.
I think it was 2.
And you're listening to it.
Yep.
And then this Otis Redding song comes on. That's How Strong My Love Is.
And it just, I don't know. It's hard to describe like that. I don't know that in that moment it was like a incredibly powerful at that point, but it was like just, it's always stuck with me.
Wow.
I think of all of that genre, soul music, and it just, that was the song that I always was my favorite.
Otis Redding's voice,
yes,
in and of itself is going to grasp anybody
for sure.
Just
for sure,
move their soul.
And it's such a short song. I think it's only maybe like 2 minutes, but it's just it's a great sweet song.
I don't want to pry. I mean, does it make you think of anybody, or just like, or is that like how you want to be loved?
Yes,
or like,
yes,
okay.
That's what it is. I think, you have in your mind all of these different things, but at the end of the day, it's really those simple, basic, kind, caring gestures that I think are the most powerful. So, and that's really, I think that's how the song kind of comes across as just the things that you want to do to show your love for somebody. And it's nothing like big or it's just like a present, consistent kind of love.
May we all have that.
Yes, exactly. And it's just, again, sweet.
Yeah, incredible.
Yeah, I love a love song.
It's also interesting, like, because you were just talking about, you're 12, Macon, Georgia. So country, Southern rock, classic country, that decline. But it was the soul music. It was or soul Motown.
It was so like, it was the emotion in it, I think, for the soul music is what got me. Like there was so much emotion behind it. And obviously, a little bit more of a groove and that kind of thing too. But yeah, it was just a lot of emotion behind that soul music that really got to me. Like, and that's all of my favorite songs are the songs that I like can feel it, you kind of feel it deep down in your soul. Whether it's the lyrics, whether it's the music, the combination, whatever, those are my favorites.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love, and I know you told the story earlier about, I just love that you're getting
I got in trouble
your
too.
Mom's credit card or
trouble.
whatever for pizza. You're ordering classic soul.
I had to have it. It wasn't the last time that I got in trouble for buying music. I didn't order any more off TV after that. But I did go to Media Play. I don't know if you guys had Media Play. That was a big. I mean, Barnes and Nobles, they had that too. But at Media Play, you could go and listen to the albums before you bought the CD and stuff. And
like in the mall.
Yeah.
We had FYE.
Okay. So there were times where I, would buy. I'd buy an album for 2 songs probably. But Mom's like, why are you buying so many CDs? Like, I need it.
Yeah.
I need it. That's not. You're not supposed to just go buy all this music all the time.
Well, I mean, say what you will about streaming services, right?
Yeah.
But like, again, if you're like under the age of 30, you had to spend like $17 or,
and I mean,
like it were that expensive back
for
then.
one song, 2 songs.
Yeah. Thank goodness for like some of these stores we could like listen to the CD.
Yeah.
But like even the record, like if you're buying vinyls anyway, we can pay $17 a month and have all
that's
this
true.
music.
That's very true. It's worth it for sure.
For us, and I think people have strong opinions, especially for the musicians. But anyway, we're not getting into that.
No,
that's a different podcast.
And I respect where they're coming from.
Yes,
for
exactly.
Sure.
But as a consumer,
in my defense, I bought a lot of CDs over in years past.
Sure.
So,
I could see you like having your visor.
I had 2 visors full. I
had a book.
I had a huge book, and I had one big book, and then I had the smaller book with the favorites.
Because one was favorites, of course.
You had to have that right there, close reach. And then the visors were and driver's side visor was favorites, passengers not as favorite. It was all a whole hierarchy, really.
And if they weren't
I still
organized,
have some of those. I think.
Oh,
I still have some of those burned CDs.
Excellent.
All of it.
Man, that's cool. All right. Well, what's track number 2? What did you pick
Track
from
number
Jukebox?
2, we'll go with Tom Petty, Won't Back Down. And that song came at a time in my life where I was a teenager, like probably 15, new in my faith, and just kind of learning like what it meant to be in the world and not of the world, and not being, just kind of standing your ground and what you believe in, whether, that was your faith or whether it was being true to yourself, and, being the kind of person that you wanted to be, that you should be, being a good person, and that kind of thing. It just kind of stuck with me. Not letting the world get you down. I had a blessed upbringing and that kind of thing, but unfortunately you realize at a young age at some point that the world is it's a tough place, and bad things happen, people do bad things, whatever, but you don't want to back down from what you believe in and what you stand for. So that kind of just stuck with me, I think. And it was such a positive outlook on how to handle that as a teenager with peer pressure, or just trying to find your way and like becoming, who you're going to be as an adult and that kind of thing.
So you heard this song when you were a teenager? High school, middle
15.
school?
Yeah.
15.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
15,
early
16,
high school, 9th, 10th grade.
Mm-hmm.
Still in Georgia.
Still in Georgia,
South.
yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And you heard this cry, this,
mm-hmm.
I don't know,
kind of like an anthem.
Anthem, to say like, well, you hear Tom Petty saying, I'm not going to back down.
Mm-hmm.
And it gave you like, hey.
Yeah, it really did. I don't know. It was just such a positive song in my life at that time, I think. And I think what's so, again, like we talked about before, it's so cool about music. It could be used in a number of scenarios in people's lives, or, it's so applicable in so many ways. And it just, you would not think a 15, 16-year-old would be able to relate to it as much as I did at the time, but I did. I don't even know how I came across it, to be honest with you. Like, maybe it came on the radio at the time. Maybe he wouldn't have been on the top 40 at that time.
Yeah, but Tom Petty is like just one of the coolest.
Classics.
Yeah.
Classic.
And like when you hear truth,
mm-hmm.
Or something positive or something that's motivating,
mm-hmm.
sometimes it's like it matters who says it, or like who you hear it from,
True.
like
True.
who we hear these things from matters. And like as a kid, like, I mean, Tom Petty is like, no one thinks Tom Petty is uncool.
True. It's true. Yeah.
And like, it's powerful enough to hear, okay, this guy, he has legitimacy. He has some, some sway behind his lyrics and his words, and musically, one of the greatest ever to do it. But I just think it's really cool of you to like hear the song and that like have to, like it
Kind
gave
of
you
emboldened.
courage.
Yeah. Yeah. It did. Definitely.
And so it stuck with you probably when you heard it, and it kind of gave you this, and then it stuck with you.
Oh yeah, it stayed with
like,
me.
did you ever go back to this at another time in your life, or have you ever needed to go back?
I've needed to go back to it. Yeah, really? Definitely. Like, there's been a time, times over the years where you feel like you're in a spot where you kind of just need a little something, and this would be a song that I could go to kind of give you the push that you need, or the surety that you need in a situation, like to feel that you're confident in something, or that you're doing what you're supposed to, that you're walking the way you're supposed to walk in this life. So,
I think it's important, especially maybe for young girls, to like feel emboldened and encouraged of like who they are.
Yeah.
Because
I agree.
Especially like every teenager wants to just fit in and like be like everybody else, and
be comfortable in your own skin, and just be okay with who you are and where you're at, and not always try to fit in, and I think that was what it was so much for me. It was like whether it was fitting in or peer pressure or whatever, just being strong enough to say I'm good. I'm not going to back down, no matter what the world pushes at me. I'm going to stand my ground.
That's awesome.
I mean, I wasn't perfect by any means, but it was it was, like I said, just such a positive song in my life at that time.
That's so cool. Number 3. All right. So you're a young girl ordering CDs off the TV, getting in trouble, but your life is changing because of Otis Redding.
Yes. Yeah.
You're growing up and you're finding like courage, like to stand your ground, to be like, no, this is what I believe, and I'm not going to back down from Tom Petty. So number 3, what do you got? Number
3, we'll go with Chris Stapleton, Traveler.
Okay.
It was, the first song that I heard by him, and this, have seen him several times live, and he's just a favorite artist of mine. But that particular song just speaks to my traveler's heart. I love to travel. We talk about travels just as much as we talk about music. And then also just kind of the perspective that I'm just a traveler on this earth. This is not my home. I'm here for a short time, temporary, kind of making the most of that and seeing what you can, experiencing what you can. It just kind of speaks to me in that, not nomad way. I'm not a nomad, but I definitely have a wanderlust,
Sure.
And that speaks to me about that, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I know you personally, you've been all over the world. You've traveled more than most. And you travel for pleasure, which is awesome. It's not for work. Like these are vacations. These are trips you're going on to experience these amazing places all over the world.
I'm thankful. That's for sure. It's awesome. I've learned so much about myself, and just the things that I've gained in these vacations. It's they've been incredible. To see. I have this little saying in my house, and sits on my bookshelf, that I'm not the same having seen the moon shine on the other side of the world. Just something as simple as that. Seeing the stars on a different side of the world, and the Milky Way, and just a whole different perspective.
Can you say that again?
I'm not the same having seen the moon shine on the other side of the world. Yeah, I just, it's something as simple as that, as taking in a different view from a different part of the world, or a different part of the country, even, that it's a life-changing perspective for me. So,
and that, we said the word vacation. These are like, you go to these places, you're not at a resort, you are hiking mountains, and
try to really get in there and experience it. And I want to
van driving around Iceland. You're just doing all sorts of.
I want to eat the local food, and experience as much as I can. I used to be better about it, but early on in my travels, I would try to learn at least some phrases of the languages and stuff like that. The hardest one was Swahili for Africa. I was terrible at it, but I always tried to learn at least, the please and thank you, and the simple things,
In that Southern accent of yours,
it was terrible. Yeah. I was terrible. Still terrible.
Oh, I love that phrase about I'm not the same after seeing the moon shine on the other side of the world. Yeah. That's incredible. Yeah. Like, it shows, like, your worldview is huge, because you've, we say the world seems small because sometimes coincidences or whatever happen. Right. It's like, oh my goodness. But it's big and like
I think you give such a it's not that you have to travel to have this. I think it gives me a appreciation for like your neighbor at home. It just gives you a different appreciation for human beings in general. When you see how other people live and what their life is like, and that people are thankful for they have so much less than us, and it just really changes your perspective, I think, when you're able to see so many different areas of the country and world.
Yes, I've read or heard about I think it's called the overview effect. It's like what astronauts who go into space and can see the planet from either International Space Station or from, outside of Earth's orbit. Like there's no borders, there's no lines that separate anything. And it's like, oh,
we're just all here together.
We're all here together.
That's what it's supposed to be. We're all created the same.
And so we're not going into space, I don't think, anytime soon. But to travel this planet and to see this, I love what you said, Blair, about it. It gives you an appreciation for your neighbor because you can come home from these trips and you're different, hopefully better. And
just appreciate, a real like genuine appreciation for the beauty that we have around us. I am obsessed with sunrises and sunsets and pretty views, and I'll just keep chasing them all over the country and world. So I think one of the lines that really just sticks out to me is I don't know where I'm going, I just know I've got to go. And even when I'm 85, I may be taking like seniors trips with my fanny pack and orthotic shoes or whatever and a name tag, but I probably am still going to be going because I got to go.
I think the more we talk about it, the more I realize that the song for you, I'm a Traveler, it may not be as powerful to some other people.
That's true. Yeah.
But I think whatever feeds you personally, like that's a beautiful thing because you're a beautiful person and we're all like amazing, have all these amazing, beautiful longings and desires in our heart and different abilities. And let's like, what if we all pursued those things and found joy in not what other people are doing, but enjoy in like how we're made, like how we're wired.
And making the most of like the time you have. And, again, we're just travelers on this earth. We're not here, there's no guarantees. And
well, that's also, that's also a great point.
Live.
It's like live your life and live your life in ways that bring you joy, whether it's seeing the world or whether it's like not leaving your town,
but hanging out in your garden. I don't know,
gardening,
whatever makes you happy.
Yes. But live and live in ways that bring you joy. I love that.
Yep.
Wow. We really went somewhere there.
We did. That was a long one.
Oh, thank you, Chris Stapleton, for that. Yeah. All right. So we have
number 4. You were with me the first time we heard this song. It's Red Clay Strays, Drowning.
That's right.
And this was an unreleased song for them at the time, and they played it live when we went to see them at the Windjammer. And I had such a physical reaction to that song. It's one of the most emotionally like raw performances that I had ever seen. It was just incredible. I just remember being just so affected by it when they performed this live. It's a very heavy song, of a very, just somebody that's struggling. And it wasn't anything particular that I was going through in my life, but I just like the emotion behind it was so, so strong, that it will forever, like I'll never hear that song and not thinking about being there, live to hear it. And I can't imagine like for somebody who is going through a tough time and feeling like they're drowning, and that just kind of being the cry of their heart. That's what it really kind of seems like, is a cry of someone's heart. And it's beautiful and sad all at the same time.
That is amazing because, and like you said, like I was there with you. We were at this show together. I was standing right next to you.
I think I couldn't, almost couldn't breathe. It was that good. It was so good.
I remember your reaction after.
Yeah.
And let's just paint the picture. We were at a venue here in a local venue in Charleston. Well, Isle of Palms, Charleston. the stage is right in front of the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
Like if they weren't playing, you could probably hear the waves.
Yeah.
You couldn't see the waves because the stage is there.
Yeah.
Most of this venue is in the sand.
Yeah.
We were standing on kind of this deck or boardwalk
Mm-hmm.
thing. And it's dark. It's evening time. It was in the fall,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Yeah, it was
October,
nice out.
November. Yeah, it was beautiful. You're standing next to me and he says, I'm going to play this unreleased
Mm-hmm.
song. And he plays, Drowning,
Mm-hmm.
which if you're a fan of Red Clay Strays, you know, because it's just,
Mm-hmm.
I
It's
mean,
powerful.
it's powerful.
Mm-hmm.
You can't not hear that song
Yeah.
and like be affected. But I remember after he was done, you were like, wow.
Right.
Like it was, and I think we were all, anybody that was there that show at the Windjammer, but, and we were all just like blown away. But it's interesting to hear maybe like how you felt physically in that moment.
Yeah.
Like you felt, would you say you felt like you couldn't breathe?
Like it just, pretty much. That's the best way I can describe it. Like it was just that good.
Mm.
Like, kind of just takes your breath away. Like, his voice is so just powerful alone. But when you have those lyrics and the emotion behind it, all of it together, it was just incredible. So,
oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's really cool that we got to share it together too.
Yeah, I know that was such a sweet moment. And just I'm glad I was there for that too. And it made it into this moment of your life. That's right. That here you now are in this diner.
That's right. I'm in Mel's Diner talking about it.
Went to the jukebox. Okay, so
number 5.
We're at number 5.
Number 5 would be Montana by Chance Pena. So this song, I honestly wasn't familiar with it until last year. And I made a playlist for my nephew and I to do a trip out west. We went to Montana and Wyoming after he graduated high school. And this song will forever kind of be attached to that trip, which was just such a special time that we got to hang out and just celebrate. He's graduating, he's going off into the world. I wanted to kind of share my love of travel with him, share my love of seeing and experiencing beautiful places in this world, and also just have that one-on-one time to, I don't know, talk about life and what's next, and kind of that pivotal point in life when you're kind of heading to adulthood. Obviously every 18-year-old thinks they're already there, but they're so much ahead, and just kind of talking about big moments that are ahead, and seeing where his head was at, and just having that safe space to just hang out and have a good time. And he loves music too. They're actually at a show tonight for their favorite band. But yeah, this song just as a will always be attached to that trip. And that's such a, when I'm on my deathbed one day, I will think about like those kinds of trips, like when I was with my favorite people and experiencing, just the beauty and time. That was the real gift of that trip. Beautiful places, great memories and stuff like that. But just really appreciated the one-on-one time that we had to just kind of hang out and have fun.
So this song was on the playlist, or this song?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. And it's like, the lyrics, they say that mountain air is good for your soul and that kind of thing. We're in the mountains and obviously in Montana. But yeah, it's such a kind of a happy-go-lucky, like road trippy song too, maybe. But yeah, it was on the playlist and on the little video that I made with our photos and stuff like that. So it's very, very connected, I think.
That's amazing. So
I had a whole Wild West playlist, Matt, for the trip.
As you should have, and as expected.
I mean, doesn't everybody's aunt do that?
Your aunt doesn't everybody's aunt does everybody's aunt like take you out after graduate high school and like take you on this epic trip out west?
Yeah,
I don't think so, but that's what makes you
to see like his favorite band at a music festival. That was part of the trip
in Montana.
In Montana.
That's what makes you the coolest aunt ever. But I love that. So this song, okay. So you made this playlist, but then you were there and you were listening to this while you're driving around.
Yes. Meandering through the Grand Tetons and everything. Just all the scenery and yeah, just kind of attaches it. I attach that song to that trip. Out of all the songs we listened to, that song,
And
so.
this song, you hear it now.
Oh yeah, it takes me. That's all I think about is exactly like driving down whatever road or doing whatever thing we were doing that day or just the whole trip.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, Blair, it sounds like these songs, that is the last song you chose. It sounds like if I could like take a thread and like connect the dots to all these songs, I think it's what you just said. It's like living life like to its fullest, like living, like experiencing things as best as you can. And even what you talk about, the Reckless Stray songs, it's like that may not be an experience. Like that was like you had a reaction to that song.
Right.
But maybe that reaction was what all these other songs had. It made you feel like, I don't know, like
just a sweetness in this life that, sometimes it takes a little more effort to find it in certain seasons of life, but it's there,
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
And the joy that we have of seeing the beauty in the present.
Yeah. I mean, my day-to-day life is very boring, but I do have, all of these other, like the trips and the music and that kind of thing. That's my adventure, I guess.
Yeah. Some people like may use this as an escape, but it sounds like to me you're using it as like a soundtrack to the present.
Definitely.
And it makes the present moment.
It's funny you say that. That used to be like my dream job. Thought was I wanted to do soundtracks for movies.
Blair, I don't know if I've ever told you this, but that is my dream job.
No way.
It is. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, we'd make a good team.
Oh my goodness. If anybody is listening and is making a movie.
Yes. With some very like emotionally heart-tugging moments.
That's so funny.
I could pick the perfect song, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah, I'm up for the challenge. Anyway, Blair, this was awesome.
It was fun.
Thank you for coming in.
Fun. Let's go have that root beer float.
We're gonna have milkshake.
Milkshake, that's
vanilla
right. That's
milkshake.
Right. That's right.
Let's go have vanilla milkshake and bacon cheeseburger and tater tots. But this was such an honor, Blair. Thank you for coming.
Thanks
here.
For having me.
And well, let's cue up the jukebox and listen to these songs and have some vanilla milkshakes.
Sounds good.
Awesome. Thanks, Blair.
Thank you.
Well, that was absolutely awesome. Thank you, Blair, for coming into Mel's Diner this week. And thank you for picking those songs and telling those stories. I've known you for a long time, and a lot of those stories were new to me. So thank you for sharing those. And I love it. All right. So as you know, if you've been listening to Mel's Diner for some time, our playlists usually are 10 songs, and Miss Blair brought 5 songs, or she chose 5 songs from the jukebox. So I'm going to round it out with 5 more here. And all of these songs, these last 5 songs, as you've heard, Blair's kind of theme, or maybe the thread that went through a lot of her songs and stories, was the idea of how music emboldened her or stopped her, especially from a young age for that Otis Redding track. And then how music has also influenced or affected her and traveling. So in light of that conversation, I've chosen some 5 songs that I think go great for me, they go great with traveling, but also songs that kind of just stop me or move me or make me think or feel something. So track number, I guess this would be number 6 on the playlist, would be Josh Ritter, Blazing Highway Home. And for obvious reasons, just kind of thinking about travel, but also just, at least for me, and I used to travel a lot for work, was, the best part of sometimes traveling was just coming home, just being home, seeing my family again and seeing, the dogs and just being in your own bed. It's just, sometimes it's, traveling is nice, but it's also nice just to get home after a long trip. So Blazing Highway Home by Josh Ritter. Track number 7 is Lord Huron with The World Ender. My goodness, this song, this is probably my favorite, I should say one of my favorite Lord Huron songs. And I remember hearing this song for the first time in a soundtrack of a skiing film, and it just blew me away. So this is The World Ender by Lord Huron. Just a great song that just grabbed my attention, similar to how Blair was talking about Drowning by that Red Clay Stray song. And yeah, this one did it for me too. So this is The World Ender. Track number 8 is Blue Canoe by Blue Mountain. I love this song so much. It's just an easy going, laid back, perfect for rolling those windows down and driving around. Blue Canoe by Blue Mountain. Track number 9 is Simplified, which is they're going to cover Into the Mystic, the Van Morrison Into the Mystic. This is just kind of a more acoustic, beachy, beach vibes and beach sounds. This is Into the Mystic by the band Simplified. I love this song so much. I love the original Van Morrison song, version, but I don't know, there's something fun about this one too, especially when you think about traveling. And where I live near the beach, it's just kind of always going to the beach and always finding those perfect songs for driving down to the beach or driving around the beach. This one's right up there for me. And then kind of in the same vein of, for me and, for Blair as well, we live near the coast, the Atlantic Ocean, and it's summer. So just those summer beach songs, they just feel really good to listen to right now. So rounding out this playlist is Fun by Sunroom. This is kind of a Southern California band, Southern California sound, but it fits perfectly if you're ever near the ocean or, there's palm trees out your window. Or if not, the song is still really cool. I really like this one. So Fun by Sunroom. So there you have it. All 10 songs. They are in the playlist under Blair's Jukebox Picks. Go listen to those songs. Listen to those songs in light of those stories. And when we do so, we build these connections with Blair and with each other. And when we start building connections with each other, we start to build community. So thank you so much again, Blair. Thank you for listening. Feel free to reach out, melsdinerjukebox@gmail.com. I'd be happy to get back with you. You can try to get on the show or just say hello and let me know what you're up to. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for visiting Mel's Diner today. We love serving you those very important stories and songs, and we really hope you become a regular. If you or someone you know would love to be on the show, please reach out to me, melsdinerjukebox@gmail.com. And a playlist of all the songs that were selected from the jukebox today can be found in a link in the show notes. And now, as we listen to each song through the lens of those amazing stories, we share in the connection that we just built through the power of great music and incredible people.